What's going on, guys? Alessandro here and welcome to another episode of Think TLT. I hope you all had a safe and Merry Christmas, and if yours was anything like mine, it would have been a great opportunity to unwind, spend time with family, and most of all there would have been heaps of delicious food on offer. And so I thought, in the light of that I might make a video highlighting what I eat in a day from the period after Christmas. Today I'm going to go over a breakfast, a lunch, a snack, a dinner and a dessert that I'll have on a day-to-day basis that'll help me get back on track with my eating and with my fitness. So the first meal of the day is going to be breakfast, and we're going to be making some overnight oats. Really simple, delicious and really good, especially if you're on a schedule. So we're just going to start with a simple little mason jar and pop that on our scales. And we're just going to combine a bunch of different ingredients together. It's really simple. I've already weighed them all out. So we're going to start with just 30 grams of my favorite protein. This is a chocolate one, but you can use any flavor that you like. I've got a serving of creatine. So creatine is really good for brain function. It's really good for energy output and muscle recovery as well. So I like to start by mixing these dry powdered ingredients with 100 grams of high protein yogurt, just to get those all stirred in, and then I like to add the rest of the ingredients. Next, I'm just going to add 50 grams of shredded apple or grated apple. So you can just grate that on the biggest setting on your grater and then pop that in, just to get a little bit of those vitamins from your apple and a few more carbs, because this is going to be a pre-workout meal. Again, we'll just stir that all together. So once we've got that, we've got the secret ingredient, 0 sugar maple syrup. And this just really holds the whole overnight oats together and just makes it taste so much better. And it's really important that you use 7 grams. That's how much I put in. Obviously you can put as much as you like, but I put 7 grams. So once you've got that all stirred up, then you just add your oats. So I've got 30 grams of quick oats here. It's better to use rolled oats, but I only have quick oats here at home in Canberra, so we're going to be using these. But if you do have rolled oats, they work a lot better. So we're just going to add that in. So as you can see, the jar's starting to get quite full, and that's why I add my ingredients one by one. If you put all the ingredients in together, it's just really difficult to get everything nice and stirred. And so, there we have it. Just pop our lid on there. That mason jar is ready to go. We can pop it into the fridge, ready to go for tomorrow. Here's one I prepared earlier. So if you open it up, you can see that it's gone really nice and thick. It's a really good consistency. And so you can just give that a stir, and it really has changed its consistency. And I like to add a little bit of fruit on top, or just some muesli, which I'm going to put on top. And then that's basically ready to go. So I'll put the calories and the macros on the screen now, but that overnight oats is super simple, really easy to make. You literally saw it in about 5 minutes. You can do it the night before, which makes it a lot easier in the morning if you're busy, and you can tailor it to your taste. So if you prefer honey, you can put honey, you can change the flavor of protein powder, and you can add different flavors of yogurt, or you can add other things like peanut butter, almond milk, whatever you like. So it's super flexible, super easy, and it's really delicious. So I'm going to enjoy this, and then I'm going to hit a workout. So I'm back from the gym and it's time for some lunch. So you guys are probably thinking that my breakfast was actually quite small, and usually I do like to have a small meal before I go to the gym so I don't feel too full and my body isn't too busy digesting and I have heaps of energy to hit the workout. Now for lunch, we're going to go for a little bit more volume, and again a really good high volume, low calorie meal, and we're going to do a tuna bean salad. And these salads are really versatile because you can basically make them however you want. But the one we're going to be making today is going to have some baby mixed leaves, we're going to have a bit of coleslaw, some capsicum, a few beans, and our tuna and dressing. And there isn't really any rules, so you can put whatever you like, but these are just the things that I like and that the others that are going to be eating with me like as well. So this is probably the easiest recipe ever. You just put your salad in the bowl, wow, and your coleslaw. And so if you see here, you're already getting so much volume. And we're going to add our capsicum. And you can add cherry tomatoes, you can add pickles, you can add whatever you like. That was just a whole capsicum. Then we've got 2 servings of beans. This is 75 gram servings, 2 of those. And then we've got our tuna. We've got 6 servings of tuna. They're 75 gram servings as well. Now this is going to serve 3 people, but I'll probably have about half of it. So once that's all in there, what we really need to do is give it a good mix. So you can see there that there is a lot of food there. Okay, now most important thing, seasoning, so salt and pepper. Most important thing is that your food tastes really good, and so it's really important to make sure that you season things really well. And this is just a simple simple recipe that I've adapted from what my family makes at home, what my mum's always made me in a tuna salad. And so we just go with a simple dressing. So here we've just got 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. We're just going to put that in. And I know what most of you are thinking, that's a lot of olive oil, but we didn't have any fat this morning, and so we're going to get some good fats from the olive oil. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of olive oil, especially fresh like this. It's really good for you. It's a great way to get your fats. And so now we just give it a good stir. And as you can see here, we have a really quick and simple salad. A lot of the cooking that I like to do is really quick, simple and easy, and doesn't take too much prep time. The thing is that when we want to eat healthy, we also want to be able to do something that fits into our lifestyle, something that we can stick with, and something that is really easy to replicate and can be varied as well. So that's why I do things like this tuna salad. See, I can substitute the tuna out for chicken or something else, or I could change up the veggies, add different things that I like, or use a different dressing. You can get lower calorie dressings as well that you can try, but most importantly, it's something that's really flexible and really versatile. So I'll put the total calories and macros on the screen, and I'll put how much I ate of it. This is lunch. This is so filling. There's just no way that you can't be full after eating one of these. So it's snack time, and I've got one of my nonna's homemade orange biscuits and a cup of African rooibos tea. And I'm feeling pretty full after lunch, so it's just a little snack. I just want to take this time as an opportunity to sort of talk a little bit about dieting and sort of coming out of times like Christmas or other big events where you do splurge a little bit with your eating. And if you do have fitness goals that you're trying to focus on and work towards, I think it's important to remember that it's good to have times where you do enjoy the foods that you really love. Dieting is something that needs to fit in with your lifestyle, and lifestyle is very much dependent on how you're feeling both mentally and physically. And so these are really good opportunities to feel mentally better. In terms of what to do afterwards, I think the best way to approach it, and the way that I approach it and am approaching this period after Christmas, is to not compensate the other way and drop my calories really low to try and even out my calorie consumption. The thing is that when you do have those times where you do enjoy some treats, it's important just to go back to the routine that you were in and to just stick with that moving forward. There's no need to go back and compensate lower than that. It's not good for you physically and mentally, and it will actually give you worse results, because it will mean that your training or whatever exercise that you're doing is going to suffer. The reason I really want to make this video is to showcase that, but also to share that you can have really fulfilling, filling, delicious and voluminous meals that do have lower calorie density than other foods. And so, as you've seen in the last couple of meals that I've had, they've been both delicious and really satiating and filling. Like, all I'm feeling like right now is just a biscuit and a cup of tea. A lot of the foods that I do cook, and for example the foods that I make today, my breakfast, my sister has the exact same breakfast. Lunch, I ate it with my family, and dinner I'll be eating with family as well. So what I really want to showcase is you can make foods that other people in your family love as well, and so you do have that community environment when you are eating. Because I know with a lot of people who are dieting, they eat separately to their parents or their family or friends, and they sort of feel a little bit isolated, a little bit disconnected. I do recommend trying out some of the recipes that I'm showcasing, but also just to share some of the creations you've come up with yourself, and you never know whether a family member or friend might love what you're doing. We wouldn't be in an Italian household without some pasta, and so for dinner we're going to be making one of my favourites, pasta with pesto. As you can see here, we've got our homemade pesto, and we've got 1 cup of low-fat ricotta, and we're just mixing that all in together. Now, pasta is very high in calories, so we want to find a substitute for that. So instead, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using zucchini noodles. Just for comparison, because pasta is quite high calorie, I'm going to show you how much pasta you can have for this much zucchini. So here we have 800 grams of zucchini, and that's about 140 calories. So if I show you 140 calories of pasta, it's about that much. We can enjoy, as a family, all 4 of us, all of this, or we can eat one of these, or alternatively, this many penne here. So it makes quite a big difference. Now, obviously there's not a whole lot of protein here, so I've also got some chicken cooking on the stove, just with some Tuscan seasoning on it, and that's resting just behind me as well. The main thing here is that it's a very simple dish. It's very delicious. This pesto is homemade with basil straight from the garden. So now what we've got to do is just cook this very quickly. So just a little bit of oil spray in a hot pan, and it's very much up to you and how your preference is for your zoodles in terms of how long you cook them for. So I like them quite crunchy, so I cook them just very quickly for a minute or so. But you can basically tell when they're going to be ready based on your personal tastes. So the best thing about these zoodles is they naturally make water. So you don't need to actually add any more water to the pesto when you're mixing in the pasta. Here's our lovely chicken here, beautifully cooked. I'm just going to put that all, and then we're just going to mix that through. Which is easier said than done.
2 hours later.
So this is the finished product. We'll just serve it up here. Now, if you don't cut your noodles before cooking them, you get super long noodles. So it's important just to have a bit of scissors when you're serving up, and you can just twirl your noodles on there like that. You can add a couple of bits of chicken. And that is the zucchini noodle pasta with pesto. And you can put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on there if you like as well. But that's a really low calorie and healthy option or alternative for pasta with pesto. So that's a wrap on a full day of my eating post-Christmas. And so we started off with the overnight oats, which was a great pre-workout meal. Then we had the super high volume tuna salad. We had a little snack in the afternoon, and we finished off with the chicken pesto zucchini noodle pasta. And so I just wanted to show you that you guys really can have delicious and satiating meals even when you are looking to cut back a little bit. I think that these are all some of my favorite meals, and I've shared a lot of those meals with family and friends as well, and they love them. So that's the most fantastic part about it. So my calorie count is up on the screen now, and as you can see, I've still got a fair few calories to go. I wanted to aim for about 22 to 2300 calories for the day, and that would keep me in a bit of a deficit. I'm burning between 2,500 and 3,000 calories a day at the moment. There's always room for dessert at the end of the day. There's always room to have a little bit of a treat, especially when you do think about it throughout the day as well and factor in these things into your calories. So we're going for a healthy option of ice cream. We've got some Halo Top, we've got some Fit Lardo, we've got brown butter biscuit, we've got peanut butter chocolate overload, and we've got choc hazelnut wafer gelato. I'm gonna share this with my family, and then that should be a wrap on my day of eating. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in seeing more recipes or interested in anything to do with fitness, personal development, mindset, or any other videos that I've made, be sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit me up with a message on Instagram, and I'll try and do some more videos.